listening to Retro Station, a retro game podcast.
If the hosts had bought Blue Stinger on Dreamcast release day, would they have returned the game and the system? Let's find out.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Retro Station, a retro game podcast. I'm David.
I'm Hilary.
And I'm Steven.
And today we're going to be talking about Blue Stinger on the Sega Dreamcast. Before we get to that, Hilary, have you played anything?
No.
It's been a really quick turnaround since our last recording, so we'll see. Steve, anything?
Yeah.
What'd you play?
I played Blue Stinger.
Okay. Weird.
I also played a little bit, very little bit, of my honor run in Baldur's Gate 3. I got a little further in Act 2. I got to one of the bosses that has like a legendary attack, and it's supposed to be one of the harder ones in honor mode. And I had researched a little bit, but I totally forgot to do a certain thing that you're supposed to do in there.
Oh, no.
Yeah. She is the toll collector. Okay. And she has a lot of floating heads around. And they are... The floating heads, they're like skulls. And they're like, turn back. Don't go. Or one is like, go see the toll collector. And so you're just wandering around this like broken building. And what you could do is leave all your gold in your camp and not have any gold on your people, because the toll collector's damage that they do is related to how much gold you have on each person.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So you start up a conversation and you can probably get around her fight like most situations in D&D. She's like, give me gold. So I like flicked her one gold and she's like, nah, I want all your gold. And she's like, she looks all gold. And when you give her the gold, she like smashes it into her body. So I said no, because I had like 3,000 gold or something ridiculous, so. which is fairly hard to get. I mean, gold is hard to come by in this game. And so I said no. And it's supposed to be one of the harder fights because of that detail. But I luckily managed to kill her, kill like half of her things. And when you kill one, if you're in like a radius of her, she'll turn you into gold. So it's like petrify for a few turns.
Yeah.
I assume if everyone turns to gold, you lose, which would be horrible in honor mode.
Probably just smashed you into her.
Yeah. But my paladin had Thunderous Smite and went up to her, hit her, knocked her prone, which took away like it took time to get up and do stuff, so it kind of canceled her action for a turn, and then I was able to kill the rest of her skulls on the following sequence. And every time you kill one, like a piece of her armor falls off. So then she's just regular whatever she is.
Interesting.
And then much easier to kill her. So I managed through that. I was pretty lucky considering it's honor mode, and that could have been bad.
Yeah, sounds bad.
But that's really the only thing I got to. And then, did I play anything else? I might have played a little bit of Fallout 4. I don't recall. But I did play a game called Uzi.
Uzi, okay.
It's for Steam, and it's like a little platformer.
Okay.
And it's interesting because they have 4 different settings. They have kids mode, where you can't die. So you just play the game, enjoy the game.
Right.
They have easy mode, which is for people who've never played a platformer before. They have normal mode, which I did, because normal. And then they have hard mode, which it says it punishes your mistakes more. And it has kind of like a... What's that meat one thing? The platformer.
A Super Meat Boy?
Super Meat Boy, where you can see like dead people doing the course.
Yeah.
I turned that off. That was annoying. But after I beat like, I don't know, 5 or 6 levels on normal, the game actually had a pop-up and is like, you want to do hard? And I'm like, I don't know, because I mean, I died a couple times, but I was like, I don't know, is it gonna get harder or is it gonna get easier or what? I don't know. Or I mean, or is it gonna stay the same, right?
Right.
So I continued on normal. You can change the difficulty anytime, but you're essentially going around collecting stars, jump on the monsters' heads. Some monsters you have to do like a ground pound to beat them. Some monsters have spikes, so you obviously can't do it. And then if you get all 5 of the main stars in the level, then it opens up like a bonus level. And I kind of forgot about that as I was going through, but I finally did one bonus level, and it was a level where you have to get 4,000 points, which is collecting the stars. And you have to go up, and you have to be fairly flawless with your platforming because water is rising.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got to like 3,200 points, but it was like, ugh. There was a point because I was doing it before bed, and I looked and I was like, oh, I better go to sleep, because I was just like, it was like a vendetta trying to get that done. But that was a lot more challenging than the regular game. So.
Yeah, sounds tough.
Yeah.
I didn't play much at all. I started, and I mean like just started, a game of Dark Souls Remastered. I picked the Pyromancer, which I've heard is both the best and the worst thing you could start with. So, you know, I don't know. I think I've been the Pyromancer before, and I like it because it's long range right away, so you can shoot little fireballs out, which is handy because I don't like to get up close to the things that will hurt me a lot. So that's nice. And then for your items, you pick one of the special items. I don't remember what it's called, but the key that lets you unlock all the locked doors, because I don't have any lock picking skill, at least at this point, and I don't want to miss any treasure or any definite doom that will be behind any of those doors, so who knows. But either way, but I've done almost nothing, so not much to say about that other than I think I picked Pyromancer last time I played it, so we'll see.
I thought all you could be was a knight.
No, there's I don't know, 8 or 10 different choices you could be.
Is that just in the remaster? Because it's a remaster of the very first one, right?
Yeah, I thought it was in the old ones too. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's been a while.
I've never played Dark Souls.
Yeah,
so.
I think the original Dark Souls had it, and there are things like knights, and then there's one that's like a peasant. And he has like literally nothing. You're running around in your underwear at first, which is
it's probably hard one.
Yeah, if you want, if you're like Dark Souls too easy, what am I going to do? You could do that. I don't know why you'd make that choice, but you could. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, I built some more models, and yeah, that was cool. Although, so I've been building Space Wolf models, which for those of you who don't know, they're Space Marines, so big, heavily armored Space Marines. Anyway, so
who are also furries.
Yeah, my guys are furries because they're Space Wolves, so they have furs draped over them all over the place. But like several years back, I don't remember when, Games Workshop, who makes the game, decided that we wanted to have our Space Marines even bigger. So into the storyline, they made Primaris Marines, and that's they've slowly been phasing out the regular Space Marines to fill it with Primaris Marines, which is great because they look a lot bigger and cooler. But I was building something. They're these Wolf Rider guys, and they're not Primaris Marines. They're regular Marines. And when everything else is a Primaris Marine, and those guys are regular Marines, it looks like it's Bring Your Kids to Work Day. Like, they're so dinky, riding on these wolves. Like, they look like little toddlers. Oh my god, it's embarrassing.
They're just jockeys.
They're jockeys. Space Marine jockeys. That's what they are, yeah.
I think they're pretty good currently, but I don't know.
Space Wolves?
The riders.
Oh yeah, no, they're supposed to be awesome.
I don't know Space Wolves overall right now,
Yeah.
but I think in the Space Wolf army,
Yeah.
the wolves are pretty good.
I'd seen a video recently where they looked at all the various tournaments and where everything's ranking. What's kind of cool right now, it sounds like, is the top army and the bottom army are really not that far apart. Like, it's pretty, good, pretty balanced. I think Space Wolves are, either upper tier of the lower end or the lower tier of the middle part. They're kind of...
Yeah, I think Raven Guard and Death Watch are really good as far as Space Marines go.
Yeah. They don't have fur, though. So, yeah, they're going to be cold.
I do like the special units that come in Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Like the, what are they? The Wolfen.
Yeah.
They look pretty cool. The Wolf Riders did look pretty cool until, everything grew up around them.
Yeah.
Blood Claws.
If you don't put them next to each other, they look fine. It's just that when you stick them next to each other, like, oh boy, you guys are little.
Blood Claws, they got they're all berserk and stuff. It's a very... Space Wolves right now is a very hero-heavy army because I know that one of their detachments really revolves around heroes killing things to get buffs for the whole army.
Yeah. Anyway, it's cool. Those guys are also a pain in the ass to build, though, those wolf guys. I think because it's an older kit. It's a lot more mold lines and just trying to get their hands and everything where they need to be because you're trying to glue 3 different things that all have to be positioned right at the same time. And that's a pain in the ass. But other than that, though, it's cool. I'm building them up. I've got paint ideas in mind, but I need to do a lot of things to the base first. So
I painted 30 Wolf Riders back when that was an army. Now you can only run 3, and they don't have heroes for the Wolf Riders in the new book.
Yeah.
But in the old one, you could run 3 units of 6.
Oh.
A lieutenant on Wolf for each of them, and then a captain on Wolf for each of them.
That's a lot.
It's 30.
That's a lot. I listened to a guy who was talking about how he was running 12 Wolf Riders, and the guy who's in the podcast or whatever was like, you're really overdoing it with the Wolf Riders. He'd be sickened by you, my friend.
Well, there used to be a thing called Wolf Jail. So you, obviously, if you're on a wolf, you can go faster than if you're on foot. And so you would advance, which you got, I think they moved 10 or 12 inches. And if in certain games you could start on a certain point and then you could advance, and I believe they could auto advance 6 inches. And then you had your lord or whatever, he used to be on a sleigh. He's no longer on that anymore.
I remember that model.
And he would be I think it was a one-time thing where you could advance and charge, or maybe one of the lieutenants or something gave you advance and charge, and then he would give you Oath of the Moment across your whole army, essentially. Yeah. So you just be in their face, and then the rest of your army would move up and do normal objective things. Yeah. And that was called Wolf Jail.
Yeah, that leader guy, Logan Grimnar, he decided to get off the sleigh because he kind of looks like Santa, and I imagine they're probably making fun of him. That's my guess. And now he's just walking it with his wolves.
Yeah. Fun fact, the Space Wolves are alcoholics.
Yeah.
But their metabolism is so strong that they can't really get drunk, so they're on a quest to find...
Well, now they've apparently figured out a plant that they can ferment that is poisonous to most humans, but they can get drunk off it.
There you go.
Which, I mean, honestly, they can just retire now. I think that's probably really all they cared about. So, good on them, man. That's great. There should be a rule about that. You should be able to bring it with you, and then if you take it for some reason, your guys just ride their wolves into a tree. Not really useful, but kind of funny. I would do it.
Reminds me of the old...
You're trying to turn them into orcs.
I'm trying to turn them to orcs, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, it reminds me of the old goblin rolls.
Yeah.
Animosity and stuff.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I got a little painting done.
Did you?
Did.
Oh, yeah, I saw, yeah.
Yeah, I'm finishing up the Saja boys that I was painting for the girls. They were asking me recently to finish them, but I had gotten into a slump of doing a whole bunch of other things. So I finished up Mystery, and then I started on Abby.
Right on.
Which is pretty funny because I'm using those McDonald's toys from some other, I think a K-pop show of some sort. And so I'm really trying to look at the best models for each one. And there was a really good model, but they didn't want me to paint that one that way for Abby. So I had to find a way to actually make his shirt look open. Oh. And then I had to paint abs on him. Which I think it turned out pretty good.
That's awesome.
So
that's amazing. Right on. Yeah. Very cool. That's fun. Yeah, I'm not to the painting stage yet. I decided I'm gonna do a bunch of insane junk to the bases, and so it's gonna take a minute. I'll get there. Maybe. Theory.
In the snow bases.
snow bases, and then I'm using. Okay, I'm really getting into like Warhammer. I'm putting some green stuff on the base,
That's basically what I'm doing.
and I'm getting like some like of the Sterling mud, which is like this gritty stuff to make it sandy. Then I'm gonna put snow on the bases, and then some of them I create a little crease so like the snow is melting and there's like a watery stream going through them. It's a lot.
I love those kind of bases.
They're fun. I don't know if mine will look good, but I'm doing it. So there you go.
I don't like doing those as part of commissions, but I like doing them for fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is I'm just going to take my time and be chill about it, and it'll be cool. So anyway, now that we talked about something that's totally not the topic of this, you know, we can 15 minutes of a totally different thing.
Yeah.
We need to bring back Torso Talk with Steve. That was a good segment. That's unfortunate that died. Okay, do either of you have any news?
Not in the quick turnaround. No, I don't think we said it last time. Because I did mention that GTA 6 was not out yet. Well, now they pushed it back.
Yeah.
So now the quote-unquote release date will be November 2026.
Yeah.
Until, you know, something amazing comes out and they're like, oh, I better push it to the next year.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. Do you think they're intimidated by something else amazing coming out? I don't know. It has to be pretty big for them to be spooked. You know what I mean? Because they're like that might be like the biggest thing.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know of anything that's being released except for like 3 more Pokemons that would come out next year.
Yeah, that's true.
That we have to worry about. But
by the way, folks, I don't know if I ever said, but if you're hearing planes in the background, it's because we're really near like a little airport. We're not getting, you know, bombed or anything. Oh, you know, it just happens. Well, I don't think we are. I don't know if those planes have on them, but probably we're okay. If not, you're not going to see this anyway because I won't be able to edit it. So there you go. You got any news, Hilary?
Nope.
Okay, I got a few things.
is your vampire game out yet?
It's out. Yeah.
Yeah, it came out a few weeks ago.
Yeah, people are making fun of it. It's great. That's unfortunate. I'm not doing a statement on that. Okay, so Square Enix announced that they're doing a lot of layoffs in their Western regions, so Europe and the US, because by 2027 they want 70% of their quality assurance done by AI. Wow, I can't see how that could go wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not a person who's against AI in certain ways. Like I use ChatGPT a lot because it's frankly a lot faster than Googling, because I can specifically say I'm looking for this and not this, and it'll come back with an answer. And it's conversational, which is sort of nice. Google doesn't converse at all. Anyway, I use it for that. I don't care if you want to do like a little picture for yourself, and don't sell it because you're taking from, but you know, if you just want to say, I don't know, what would Mario eating a hand grenade look like? You can do that, whatever. Cool. I don't like it when it's going to cost like a whole bunch of people their jobs, and when an artistic thing is either they're creating their art by it, or now they're using it to make sure everything's cool. Like, man, AI is not infallible at this point in the technology by any stretch. There's all kinds of goofy things, and it's not great. I don't think it's great. I hope it goes well, but I don't think it's good. So
You would assume, because they're using AI, that it would make things cheaper, but I doubt it will.
no,
Yeah.
almost definitely not. No, that would be great. Sort of. Here's $40 for Final Fantasy 18. Every other word ends in Korean because of our quality assurance. Great. So we'll see. I don't know. I think it's lame. I'm sorry if you worked for Square and you're getting laid off. That sucks. But yeah, lame. Come on, Square. Be better than that. Another thing is there is a new console coming our way. And it's not the PlayStation 6. And it's not the Xbox, whatever stupid name they want to come out with. And it better not be the Switch 3. It's not yet. This is called the Game Tank. And it is a brand new 8-bit system coming out. Uses cartridges.
Let's go backwards.
It's quite backwards. So it's an open source system, so anyone can program, make a game for it, which is interesting. It's meant to be hackable, which is cool. If you want to, you can actually 3D print the shell for it. Like, you can get those STL files and just get like the, you know, electronic insides for it. Or you can get one that's already been made, printed, whatever. There's also emulate. I don't know if it's available now or if it's going to be available, that you can play and try the games on. And it's also going to be playable in a browser, so it'll even work on most phones. The controller is weird. It looks kind of like a Super Nintendo controller. Like, you know how the Super Nintendo has the 4 buttons in a roughly like diagonal pattern? So in this one, the A and B buttons are like the 2 like lower right side buttons. And then the C button is a big oval button that takes up the entire space that the other 2 buttons would have taken up. It's real odd looking. It's strange.
So it's kind of like the GameCube controller.
Yes. Yes. Maybe it's comfortable, but awkward, like the GameCube controller. We'll see. So there are 39 current games that are costing between $30 and $35 of the ones I've seen. The system, if you want it pre-built made, is $300, but it's currently sold out. So this is a weird one, man. Like, I'm pretty sure they're not trying to like take the world by storm with this. I don't think they're trying to be like, we will compete with the PlayStation 5 or Switch 2. Like, they can't have that in mind. And I think they want it to be like, they compared it to like the Pico 8, which is like the fantasy console thing that you can get on like your various emulation devices, where it's not a real console, but they kind of act like it was. It's weird. But you know, there it is. Looks weird.
Kind of looks like I don't know, like a Super Nintendo almost.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, it's actually a physical device instead of the Pico 8, which is not. That's kind of interesting.
It only plays 8-bit games.
8-bit games. Now, they run smoother because of the processor than like the Nintendo or their Master System ever could have. So,
I'd hope so.
yeah. I mean, in that sense, you know, better quality
Been
there.
40 years.
I know. It better run smooth. But who knows? I mean, they could have been trying to be like super accurate and be like, we want it to slow down and flicker a lot. But here's where they did something that's equally goofy. It doesn't have HDMI out. It only has component out, I think, because they really want you to play it on a CRT TV. Good luck, man. Because getting those now in working order is expensive, actually. And keeping those in working order, wow. Like, any of them that still exist have to be on death's door, like, right now. I can't... I don't know. I assume there is a way you can make it work on your fancy TV. I mean, I assume you'd still have that hookup available, but what an odd choice. Really odd choice. So...
Especially for like $300.
Yeah, I think that is it's a very expensive cost. Now,
Bold move.
Yeah.
I'll wait till like someone puts the 35 game package on Steam
yeah,
for $10.
yeah. And I looked over the games. None of them are games I recognize except Tetris. So, great.
There's nowhere to play that. So
Yeah, there's, yeah. I know there's only been like one other version, I think. Like, I think it's cool that you can have independent people program for it. That's neat, except for that you can actually get those kind of games like everywhere right now. You can get them on your consoles, you can get it on your PC, no problem. You can get it on that Pico 8 thing, no problem. If this company had like some kind of like backings with even just a few of the major companies, and they did like Capcom and Konami and said, hey, we'll re-release these games on your system, but they'll run nicer because it's on your system and they could do minor tweaks to make it work, then I'd be like, okay, like this might be, you know, have like a perfectly smooth running Contra or whatever. All right. I don't think that's going to happen. So, I don't know. I think this is more for hobby people that want to program as a hobby, and it's probably going to have its really small, tight-knit community, and I'm guessing that'll be it. But, I mean, I wish them luck. I'm not going to get one unless something crazy happens and it becomes amazing, but that's a lot of money for an 8-bit system, man. Whew, that's a lot. So, and I'm not going to be programming for it, so that's weird. And for those of you who care, for some reason, WWE 2K26 is not out till the fourth quarter of 2026. I don't know why they don't just make 2K27 at that point. Weird. Very far away.
yeah.
Strange. But maybe they're going to add some stuff to some of the modes that needed it, because there's a few modes that need a little love and attention. So maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know.
Well, it worked at AJ Lee.
Yeah, that immediately. Also, oh yeah, the entrance of Aleister Black and Zelina on the SmackDown, both badass and sexy. So that kind of takes some extra processing power. So that's probably what it is. That and AJ. There you go. Hard to do.
Speaking of Square Enix, Octopath Traveler 0 should be coming out right around the time this comes out, December 4th.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that close.
December
Wow.
4th.
Okay.
So it might be like the week after this comes out.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know why I had that in my mind. That was like way further out than that. Crazy.
They got to sneak in to get those physical sales for Christmas.
Yeah. What about that one game? There was another game they announced at that Nintendo Direct, but it was like a brand new IP. Do you remember what I'm talking about at all? God damn it.
Oh, Elliot Island Adventure.
Something like that, yeah.
Something.
I don't know when that's coming out. Well, that's kind of cool.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I was
anyway.
going to say I don't have a Switch 2, but I technically do. Through Vinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you
that
do.
one might come out through other means as well.
Yeah. You just wait until he does something bad, take a Switch away as punishment, and then use it.
Okay.
That's how that works.
We'll have to get him on. He'll probably play the whatever the next game might be.
Yeah.
Because we haven't voted for it yet, but it's pretty simple. So he might come on. Maybe we'll get some insight on the new Switch 2 from a kid.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Okay. So that's it, right?
Yep.
So we should talk about Blue Stinger. In case you didn't know, this time we had to have a Dreamcast horror game. I just want to say, if you're going to the Dreamcast for horror games, there are some, so your odds are good, but the goods are odd. A lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
And we got Blue Stinger.
We got Blue Stinger.
Yep. We got a game.
We got a game.
It's a game you can play.
I don't know about horror. It didn't really scare me. But
It tells what you're afraid of.
so, developer was Climax Graphics. Publishers, Sega and Activision. Platform is only for the Dreamcast. It was released... my notes. It was released in Japan March 25th, 1999. And later in North America, September 9th, 1999. And then slightly later, even more, in Europe in October 14th of 1999.
I didn't realize Europe had a different date.
I think Europe normally has a different date.
It depends on the game, I think, and the developer and stuff. They were probably holding out. They're iffy on Dreamcast, probably. Considering this was like you said this was a pack-in?
No, it was a launch title.
A launch title.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So I wonder if that's when the Dreamcast launched over there too. It could be. I don't know. I
So
don't live in here.
Blue Stinger is an action-adventure game in which players take control of Elliot Blade, or Dog's Bower, on Dinosaur Island after it is overrun by monsters. Players explore game's 3D environments to progress the story by unlocking new parts of the island complex. The Japanese version uses fixed third-person camera perspective similar to Resident Evil, while the Western version uses third-person camera fixed behind the player character and includes optional first-person mode. Glad it was optional. In addition to the main mission, there are optional side missions which grant new weapons or items. If the current character loses all health, the player reaches a game over and is sent back to the title screen to reload an earlier save. It did have reviews. People did play this game to review it. So just some notable ones. IGN gave it an 8.4 out of 10. CNET Game Center gave it a 7 out of 10. Edge gave it a 5 out of 10. Here's a weird one. Famitsu gave it a 28 out of 40.
They're the ones that are really tough on things.
Are they?
Yeah.
Why out of 40? That seems like a weird
I don't know
Yeah.
why they do 4. You know what I bet it is, maybe? I wonder if it's like EGM where they have like 4 reviewers and it's a scale 1 to 10 and then they just add them together.
Maybe.
I have no idea, but...
Game Pro gave it a 4 out of 5. It's pretty high. Game Fan gave it 70%. I love how everyone just uses like...
Their own.
Yeah.
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 And what's weird, I don't know if you guys ever read GamePro magazine. It did have some like points at the bottom, but like you'd have this chart to be like graphics, and it'd have a face, and it'd be like a sad face or a really happy spazzy face, or like
It had like the pain
yeah,
emoji.
yeah. That's basically what it was. It was more cartoon, but yeah, pain emoji ratings for all their. It was weird.
Okay. So, IGN said, Blue Stinger delivers some of the most detailed and colorful environments seen on a home console at launch. The real-time camera engine is ambitious, even if it doesn't always work in the player's favor.
Doesn't always or doesn't ever? What did they say? Just checking. Okay. Go on, sorry.
GameSpot said, the environments and creature designs create a surprising sense of place. There are moments where the game strikes a pulpy B-movie charm that is hard to dislike. Electronic Gaming Monthly says, as bizarre as it is, Blue Stinger has personality. It's campy, loud, and sometimes amusing in ways it probably didn't intend.
I think that's extremely accurate.
That might be the most accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I will give, let's see, Game Informer. We'll read the 3 Game Informers too. They are not so nice. Game Informer by Andy McNamara said, Blue Stinger is a cruel and unusual punishment for anybody. Jay Fitzloff, also from Game Informer, says, a perfect study in how great-looking graphics do not a good game make. What we have is a game that any Dreamcast owner will hate themselves for owning. And last, Andrew Reiner from Game Informer said, file this one under Succola. The action blows, the controls are lousy, the camera angles are a nuisance.
There you go. Succola.
Yeah. So some mixed reviews. It makes me wonder how much IGN was paid. or if they, I mean,
I think
I don't know.
definitely the outliner in the reviews.
Yeah.
So
I swear, like, I look up games a lot, and I go, I don't know what their actual YouTube name is, but it's always like the person who's like, and then they cut out the head of someone, the main character, and put it on there, and it's like, before you buy.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I watch their reviews, and they're usually pretty spot on for what I'm looking for. And then, for JRPGs, David. Mm-hmm. Not this me. David. No. The hunky David.
Yeah, I'm like the slouchy, slobby.
He always does great reviews, like, to what I'm looking for. And then IGN is always just, like, hyping up everything. I swear. Yeah. It's good for, like, if you're looking
the lowest
for...
score I've seen them give is, like, maybe a 7.
Yeah. Well, if they, like, really despise something, they'll give it super low, but I feel like it's always like, this is great, or this is absolute garbage, and not as much.
Well, and then a lot of the times when they say absolute garbage, it's like a good game, and they didn't I always swear they didn't play it, or they didn't understand how to play it, because I think they've had that happen to them before, where they're like, oh, this mechanic doesn't work, and they're like, well, did you even try it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I know a lot of people don't have a ton of faith in them. I sometimes listen to the reviews because I find that the information they say can sometimes be useful to understand certain things about the game, although who knows if they don't know what they're talking about. I don't know. But, whether or not they love it or not, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm not going to take that too much to heart, but...
Yeah. But, I mean, that's why I would say don't just look at us for reviews as well. I mean, you got to look at a wide variety, because some people will like them, and some people will show you a side of the game that you might like as well. Yeah. Some people will point out negatives to games. Some people will just give like a generic review. Mm. So you kind of have to pick and choose. I always look at multiple reviews before I decide if I want the game. But it's just funny because like IGN it shows a lot of gameplay, which is nice.
That's great.
And that's why I like looking at them, because they do get early access to a lot of things. But as far as their accuracy on critic stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Like, especially now, for those of you who have never known life before the internet, I could maybe talk my parents into buying me like a magazine a month. And so like whatever that review is, I'm trusting that. So better be good. Now I could probably look up 20 reviews for any game that comes out or that has been out. Like, might as well look around.
No, I can't remember. Did magazines give reviews prior to the game coming out? I don't recall. Because nowadays you have
I think they would have like preview issues where they would give
I think sometimes they get them
reviews,
a little bit early.
So
But yeah, I think it just depends on the game and the company.
Because with like a magazine, you know, yes, they could have like the pre-release issues and stuff, but you'd have to be there at a certain time to get the magazine and then read the magazine before the game came out and whatnot.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays they have people that are on their lists that they just hand out game codes to, and then they give them a release time. And then at that release, I only know it from like Warhammer, because I know how that works. But yeah, and then once that release time sets, everything uploads, and then you get to just browse all the stuff, and you get to look at gameplay and stuff. Sometimes they even invite people to their factories to play and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I know Nintendo does that a lot.
They do. Yeah, and I think I always thought like it was kind of a bad sign if a company didn't send like an advance copy to the magazines, because I'm like, you want people to see a review before it comes out.
Yeah.
That's and maybe that isn't always fair, but I was like, that's not a good sign. Like if they review it before it comes out, then the company put it out, whatever it is, probably had some faith in it. But if not, like, I don't know.
And I mean, nowadays you have like PAX East, PAX West, those type of things as well that you can go. But those are mostly like big games.
Yeah. So we all agree this is perfect, this game?
Yeah. This is the one time I agree with IGN.
You know, as far as the reviews that you quoted, like, I mean, some of the positive stuff is right. Like, it is a very bright, colorful world for the time. For the time, these graphics were pretty decent for being a full 3D. Like, you know, the previous games of this type had that fixed view, but then it didn't have the full 3D background. Like Resident Evil, it was all the pre-rendered backgrounds at that point. So, you know, that's kind of impressive. I'm sure other things are also impressive.
I thought the graphics were pretty decent.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar. I mean, I guess we've played a couple games on the Dreamcast, but I'm not super familiar with the Dreamcast and a majority of their games. But I thought the people graphics were pretty good.
Yeah.
The island looked weird. The water looked a little weird.
Yeah.
It had voice acting.
It did.
So that's a plus in my book. If I don't have to read a game, then I like that.
Yeah. Worth noting, the voice acting, the quality is not the best. Like, I was always looking forward to the cutscenes. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be hilarious. Like, whatever's going on, I'm going to get a chuckle out of this because it's going to be incredibly well done.
Yeah. I didn't make it super far, to be honest. I played, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half or so, and eventually died. And I was like, yeah, this is good. This is good enough.
So, like, it seems like the basic, like, game loop is you run around, then you realize I have to get into somewhere. Then you have to find the key or the key card or whatever, and then you have to go and figure out which door that was locked that goes to. And then you unlock it, and that progresses the game. And you just kind of do that in one way or another over and over again. Now, great, you're going to different areas. I don't want to make it sound like it's that repetitive, but I felt like that was the majority of what you're doing. Find the key or the doodad to use it on the thing, and now you can move on. And that's it.
The majority of what you're doing is trying to figure out which way to push the camera so you can look the way you're going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is the majority.
Yeah.
I spent the majority of the time trying to figure out why he was doing this.
Yeah, you didn't see the opening. Okay, so in the opening cutscenes, right?
Yeah.
Like he's reading a letter. It's in front of you. Kind of seeing over his shoulder, right?
Yeah.
And he has his hand in front of it. He's doing like little. Like,
He's looking at a map.
oh, it's a map. That's what it is. Yeah.
He's looking at a map of this dino island, but on the island, it's really just like a circular, because it's like the same size as the comet that hit the Earth and killed the dinosaurs, which is why they call it Dinosaur Island. And then, like, at some point, like, if you like look at the map, part of the mainland maybe looks like a dinosaur or a mouth, and so that. But I don't know. Like, it was really weird. He like was doing this to the map,
Pac-Man-y.
and then like he looked up at the actual island itself, and then started doing that too. I'm like, what?
I couldn't figure out
It
what
was
he
really
trying to
weird.
accomplish. I'm like, is there supposed to be a thing there that like they took out for the American release? Like, but then I'm like, why would you keep doing this to anything? Like, I don't understand. I mean,
I feel like I missed a lot. From skipping the intro, but I felt like the intro was fairly long.
It was, but I'm telling you, the cutscenes in this game are the best part. Not because they're good, but because they are what they are, and it's hilarious.
And because of the limited time I had and the quick turnaround that we were doing this, it was like, I was like, I could skip a cutscene.
Yeah.
And then I get on this island and I'm like, I did see like the end of the cutscene, or maybe the beginning. I can't remember. But the helicopter crashes.
Mm-hmm, that's the end.
Was he in that helicopter?
No.
Okay, good, because there was no way he could have survived that. So he was already on that thing?
No, he was on. So basically, what you missed with the cutscene is that he was on a boat with his friend, and a second comet meteor came and struck the island and released this big giant shield, and it cut the boat in half, where he's on the side of the shield that's with the island, and his buddy is somehow trapped in the shield.
It's a very unfortunate
And then like some blue thing starts flying around.
Well, yeah, because his friend was like putting together what looks like an anime girl
it was
in a
like,
bottle.
Yeah, I was like, I've heard of boats in a bottle. I haven't heard of doing like bottles in a bottle.
There's plenty of like anime girl statues, but I've never seen it in a bottle. And but he's doing it, and it wasn't like, except for the eyes. The eyes had color, but everything else was gray. And then the comet hits, the thing gets cut in half, the jar kind of falls down, but it doesn't break, I don't think.
No, the shield came and like locked his arm in it.
Oh,
and he was still holding, and
okay.
he was frozen and still holding on to
But then
bottle.
like the blue fairy whatever
Possibly the blue stinker
came out of the figure, the same shape.
No, it didn't. It just went to the.
Wait, am I crazy?
Yes.
Oh.
It came out of the comet or meteor that struck the island, and it went over there, and that was like the first like humanoid thing that saw. So it mimicked.
Oh, is that what it did?
It mimicked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was probably laughing too hard at the voice actor. I missed it a little bit. Yeah, so that's floating around a lot.
Yeah, and so then, as like the what's the main guy's name?
Elliot.
Yeah. Elliot like points a flare gun at the blue person's head and doesn't shoot him, but then like these weird mutant dinosaur things fly after them, destroy the ship, and he jumps off the ship and like floats his way over to the island. So that's how he gets on the island.
Interesting.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't swim in the game.
You can't.
Yeah.
No, but you can swim before.
Yeah.
He's tired
And-
of swimming.
Then Dog shows up. I think Dog might have been on the helicopter because he shows up
Maybe.
after the crash.
He's definitely there like when you get there.
Yeah. Like he shows up and then disappears, and then like he only appears for the cutscene.
Yeah. Well, you can swap him at any time. So
Yeah.
theoretically, he's there, but you don't.
See
You
him?
only see the person you're playing as. The other guy, I don't know, is hanging out in your pocket, or I don't know. What's
I was excited for a second when he like joined my group.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, maybe this is going to be like kind of JRPG, but
No, it's just swapping.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like he uses arrows, and your main guy uses guns. And,
Guns and fists.
Yeah.
But yeah, you walk around, do like basic puzzles. I found like one bad guy, and every time you'd walk in the hallway, he'd like pop back up.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. I felt like the cards didn't correspond with the doors, or that I couldn't see. Like because what happened is like the first one's, yes, there's like a little flashy thing on a body, and you go over and you push a button, and hopefully throughout the game you use other buttons, but I didn't get there. You go down, pick it up. Actually, no, this is what you do. You go over and you like punch a few times, and then you like, oh, that's the wrong button, and then you pick it up. That's what I did. And then it's like, you got a key card. And then there was only one door in front of you, so you use the key card. And then eventually you get like a key card, and then there's like two doors in front of you. And I'm like, okay, And then I went through the door, and then I went all the way over, and there's another door, and it's like, you need a key card. I'm like, great, where's the key card for this one? I looked at every body, there's nothing flashing, and then you had to go back, and there was a big crate that you could push. And so I pushed it over, I got the key card, and of course I went all the way back to that other one, and that wasn't the key card that I needed. Yeah. And so then I realized there was a door right underneath that I had to go.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing though. I thought I had to go somewhere else with that key card.
But what's funny is that little door that you go into, which is like an office or something. It was so narrow, and your camera is just freaking out. Yeah. Trying to figure out where you can look and stuff.
Yeah, the problem with the stuck behind you camera is that modern games, some of them handle it a lot better, but this one, I think even though you don't see it, the camera is actually like in a physical spot. So it has to obey the fact that there's geometry there. It can't pop behind it and just let it be see-through for you or whatever. So when you have to go to a hallway at first and it's narrow, you're looking at the top of your dude's head. And you might have thought they'd be nice enough to not put monsters right there in the room. They're not. I get to the point where if I go into a room, I'm just starting to hit right away, because if there's a guy right there, I may not even see him because I'm looking at the top of my scalp, which is not super helpful. Oh, and you know what helps the camera angle? When there's a human-sized blue glowing person floating in and out of your view all the time. That's also extremely helpful. Oh my God, that gal. What is she? She's not even doing anything for me. Go home. Go, or get way behind me, lady. You're just blocking my view. Yeah, ridiculous.
I had to look up the Dreamcast controller because I'm so used to dual sticks. So your right stick would move, but so did your D-pad.
Right. Yeah.
And then you could hold one of the trigger buttons, and then it put you into first-person view, and then you could awkwardly, like, jerkingly look around.
Yeah, it's not
which
smooth.
I didn't find that very helpful.
No. I use that just for shooting.
It auto-aims.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if I wasn't sure, like, what was down there, I could, like, see and then just, like, shoot. You don't see your gun, and it would always hit, because if the thing's on your screen, like, you'd hit it, which is nice. But it's not... I guess you look around and see if there's like a door somewhere that you can't see, but it's not super, super useful to do it.
Yeah, you get a gun fairly early on, and like I couldn't figure out how to shoot the bow, first of all. It's probably the same way you shoot the gun.
Probably.
But I don't know why it didn't work for me. But yeah, you get the gun, and then I went into this place that had like the tentacles.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The first place that had the tentacles. And I couldn't like get close enough to punch them. I don't know if
you can't.
Okay. But the gun gave me 15 bullets, and there were 3 tentacles, and each tentacle took 5 bullets. So I'm glad I didn't miss.
I usually got him in 4.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, I used all 5.
Okay. I mean, I think it varied though, because I think sometimes I got 3, so it might just be kind of random how tough those tentacles are. I don't know.
Oh. But then it was like, great. And then I go into another room and there's tentacles, but I'm out of bullets. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like, hug the wall.
Yeah.
Hug the wall.
Yeah, because they just like whip at you like crazy.
Yeah. So I did watch a couple videos because I didn't have enough time to feel like I played it enough. So I watched a couple of videos just to kind of see some of the stuff that I was missing. One of the videos did show kind of the difference between the fixed camera behind you and the Japanese version where it was like a widescreen. I think I would definitely preferred that. But I think part of the reason why they changed it when it came to America is that like some of the widescreens in Japan, like it was like super wide out, and so then it was like your character was like only like an inch big. And so yeah, so it's like there was times where it's like there was absolutely no reason why the screen went so wide. So yeah. I'm guessing that's why, at least part of the reason why they changed it is because some of the widescreens were just ridiculously wide.
Yeah, I really wanted that other joystick to do something.
Yeah.
my emulator is weird. I probably could have changed it to set it up, but I had a situation where if I used the stick, it was really hard to get him to run, and I could kind of do it.
You can run?
Yes. You can run. But
I
had to push it all the way to and if I turned, it would start walking. But if I used the D-pad, he just ran constantly, and that's all he did.
Oh, he walked.
So,
walked
you
everywhere.
poor souls. No
Yeah.
wonder this is, you guys had it hard. Okay. Yeah, you can run. But I don't think that's how it was on the Dreamcast. I think something about the way I had my thing set up was odd. I think that the area where I don't think this ends up being a survival horror game. There's a couple things. One, it is very brightly colored for the most part, which it doesn't have like the right atmosphere. But then, you mentioned running out of bullets, which you can, but it gets really easy to get away from that situation later because your dude is Mike Tyson or something. Because the mutant guys that come at you that have extra arms, you can just start punch, kick, combo over and over again. And a lot of the times they won't even hit you before you kill them. And then coins will fly out of them everywhere and you get them all. And then you can leave the room and come back and that guy's back. Because those guys respawn. The tentacles, thank God, don't.
Yeah.
But you just do it again. And you can just amass this huge amount of money. And then you go to a vending machine and you can buy like all the health potions or energy drinks or food or ammo.
Hassy.
Yeah, Hassy.
Take one bite and throw away.
Yeah, I just toss it on the ground. Yeah. But you can get all that you want. So it's like you're not really, you get to the point you're not really worried about running out of things anymore. So, like, I only ever use my guns on the tentacles, and then there's these like bat creatures that are too hard to punch unless you get into a corner. I would get into the corner and just keep hitting, and then usually they'd run into my fist eventually. But like, there's no tension of running out of stuff, and there's no tension really of things that maybe you won't be able to handle, even as those mutant guys get bigger, because they start looking basically human, but they have like two weird big, I don't know, spider leggy arms, and then they start having like more of them, and they get bulkier, and I was like, oh god, I'm in trouble now. Punch, kick, punch, you're dead. Okay, cool. That wasn't actually that tough. So
there is some tension in the game about few minutes in where you look at a computer and then all of a sudden turn on some like, you're like, oh no, someone is trapped in a shuttle.
Oh yeah,
I better go save them. Here's 2 minutes. And you don't know where you're going.
Yeah. I did not save them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I did not save them.
in one of the videos I watched, they were able to save them. So
Really?
it can be done, but
It took me, well, they were probably running.
yeah.
Because it took me almost 2 minutes just to get past that room. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Later on, you get to this part that's like a shopping district kind of thing. So you and there's this store manager, and you need to get something from him, and I can't remember what it is, but he can't help you unless he gets his medicine. His medicine is apparently another energy drink, because you can get it in the vending machine that has the energy drinks, but it's sold out. So you have to figure out how to get it, and you have 45 minutes because I don't know if he's gonna die or what, but you have 45 minutes.
It like clock down.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And so like I got to the
hate
point
those
where there was like 15 minutes left about, and I'm like, okay, I'm to the point now where I know what I have to do, but I also know I'm not going to do it. So I'm using this whole 45 minutes to figure out how I can do this most efficiently. So when I reload, I can do this.
So there's a trick around that. You
Is
can
there?
you can go around and do collect all the stamps and like do all the shopping and get the energy drink and then go to him. Like you can do all that stuff before you talk to him,
Oh.
and then you can just talk to him and just give him the drink right
Oh,
away.
that would have been so much nicer. Because I was starting to stress out. I'm like, this is not going to be a winning run here on this. This guy's going to die. I'm going to reload. Because I don't know why I'm blanking on what I got from him, but whatever it is, I needed it and I couldn't get it. So anyway,
You
Is it
unlock
just
some
game
other
over at
other
that 45
area.
minutes?
I don't know. I didn't.
Like
I didn't.
soft lock.
I'm still like around that spot where I'm like the time's counting down. I'm like, okay, I got to figure out how to get this done.
I thought the menus were a little tedious.
Yeah.
You had to hit start and then go through and change your character, change your weapon. And the first time I tried to equip the gun, I guess I didn't do it. So I had to like go back and you have to like equip. And like finally it's like, I'm like, yeah.
Well, and another thing that's interesting with this game versus a lot of like shooter games or anything is that you can't choose when you reload your ammo. You have to run through your ammo.
That's right. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that.
And and then it takes time to change it out too. So, like, you can switch out your player real quick. So, like, if you are playing as Elliot and you're really low on ammo and you run into, like, a boss, you can switch over to Dog real quick if he has more ammo.
Oh, yeah.
But, like...
I always kind of forgot to even try to switch over to Dog. I was, like, almost always the one guy. I think Dog actually has even better combo attacks that are for the...
Dog is, like, kind of your tank.
Yeah.
And so, like, he's slower, but he has more power behind him.
Yeah.
One can of Hassy.
Like,
almost fills up your whole bar.
Yeah. If you get the large can.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's small cans too, but...
it seemed like, I don't understand how this is healing me.
Yeah, and kind of the ammo thing, like, he actually has to drink it. Like, you choose it, and then he goes, like, he tilts his back and drinks it, and then he tosses the can over his shoulder. But, like, yeah, you can't, it's not like, oh, a tentacle is about to hit me, and that would be my last hit, so I'll go take this energy drink now. No. Like, you need to have a second to, like, get away. And luckily, that's usually not too hard to get, but... It's just a thing, you know, like you can't do it in a super tight jam.
Somehow you can switch out your person faster than you can drink a drink.
Realistic. What was the girl's name? Do you remember? There's a girl you meet on the island who's like good with a gun, and she tries to shoot that blue friend.
She's like the security person. Yeah. So
she tries to shoot that blue thing at like 800 times when she sees it. But
does the intro explain how she gets a hold of you?
Over the radio? I don't know. Was it?
Yeah, I think, like, because, like, he's some kind of, like, security person for, like, I think he, like, manages, it's, like, security for, like, the surrounding sea area of the island. And so I think she's trying to just radio for help and gets his radio.
Yeah.
Janine?
Janine, that's what it is. What's funny is, like, immediately he's like, oh, this is my type of girl. The rest of the time he's like he's been trying to get to where she is. He's like, what's the password? He's like, my sweetheart. And then it opens up. I'm like, what is happening? Like, suddenly he's just like, hey, babe. Like out of the blue. Like, they just met. And he brought this weird blue alien thing into her room. You think she'd probably be a little upset. I don't know. It was weird.
I remember Dogs was like, she's a really good shot. And he's like, that's my gal, or something like that. Like, I saw her first.
He's basically calling
I think he did call dibs.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten too far. I have a strong suspicion of what the relationship between the girl and Dogs is, but I don't know for sure. But there's a part where you leave the room with Dogs, and then it goes back to her, and she pulls out a little locket, opens it, and it's a picture of Dogs in there. And then it cuts back to Dogs. He's like, what a bitch. Like, holy crap.
But he doesn't know her.
I don't know, man.
In the beginning, it doesn't seem like that.
Well, maybe he's her dad and he like ran away before she became an adult. I have no idea. I am just guessing. I could be anything in this weird ass game. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a part I had to go into a storage room, and there's these crates along the left hand side. And there were spaces between them where you go up and there'd be items. But then what I didn't know is even behind them, there's more items, but it's a very narrow spot, and I accidentally fell back there. And because of the camera angle, like, nothing around me looked like walls or anything, and I thought I'd fallen through the geometry of the game because I couldn't tell what anything was. And when I moved, he just like jitter all over because it wasn't. And then I hit the button, and he picked up something. He was like, "Yeah!" I'm like, "Is there ammo outside of the geometry of the game? What the hell?" And finally, I figured out how to get out, but like, I seriously did not know if I found like a massive glitch. I thought I'd like fucked up the whole game or somehow. I didn't know it happened.
No, they did that before you played it.
Ouch. Oh my god. Yeah. So,
was there any like jump scares?
No,
because this was advertised to me. Like, I mean, when I looked up horror games, this one came up and seemed decently.
Later on, some of those mutant guys learn how to literally jump, and sometimes they can jump in at you and you're not aware they're there yet. I don't know if it's really that scary though. It's not like a jump scare like.
It's not like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is another thing. Good horror games they help create the atmosphere with sound, with music. And this game, you're just walking across like a bridge or down a hallway. There's nothing epic happening. And it sounds like you're in a JRPG at the end boss fighting a god. Like it's like big crazy like super intense music, and I'm like, there's nobody in the hall.
Well, did you notice it's like a weird, like, a lot of the music is actually really like a generic Christmas song because it's Christmas time?
No, when you get to the Christmas area, the shopping area, it's all Christmas. That song gets in my head so bad. I was like humming that all day yesterday. Stupid Christmas song. Honestly, if that's not a Christmas album, I'm gonna get that this year. But the other parts when you're not in the shopping zone and it's just like super overly dramatic when nothing's going on, I'm like, you guys, you're not.
They tried to make it a horror game because of the music, like.
But it'd be like if you watch Friday the 13th and there's like an opening scene where like nothing bad's happening and they're just talking and it's like what? No, this is not creepy time. What are you doing? Like there's nothing happening right now. It's like they just were like, I don't know, we'll just fill it all with dramatic music. They'll figure it out. What? Odd choices.
Looking up the How Long to Beat, it says the main story was 9 hours, main plus sides 9.5, and completion is 11. For probably with side quests and stuff. You had mentioned that all the playthroughs that you saw were only about 4.5 to 5 hours.
Yeah, pretty much all the play videos.
And they beat the game in there?
Yeah. So I'm not sure.
They must be assuming that you don't know where everything is off the top of your head. Like, because the people who do those playthroughs, they know where to go already. At least the ones that are that fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume that's. I'm just guessing. I don't know, man. I couldn't have beat it in 4.5 hours at the pace I was going because I was like, oh wait, hold on, I've run back and forth 800 times looking for the right door. So
well, Hilary did mention that they were doing like exploits, like finding all the stamps and then scanning to them and stuff.
Yeah, so. But I mean that's legal in game, I guess.
Well, in that one, they wasn't even like because I watched kind of two different videos. One was like. It wasn't like a full, like, the guy was commenting some of the stuff they did. And so, like he'd show some gameplay, but then he'd also talk. So it wasn't like a full, like, playthrough video. But I did watch started to watch a full playthrough video. But it was, like, I think just under 5 hours. So I know, like, with trying to figure out puzzles and stuff that can add time. But, like, I feel like it doesn't normally add that much time to almost double the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find some kind of justification for that. That's all. I don't know.
Whoever did the How Long to Beat hours did not know how to run.
Yeah. That was the big part. Yeah, because he walks pretty slow. Oh, and once you start getting hurt, like he'll start limping around, and then you can't really. You're going that speed, whatever that is. So that's a bummer. But
holds up, huh?
Yeah. So like, the voice acting is terrible. It's not a survival horror game.
It's nice that there was voice.
It has elements of being a survival horror game, but it fails. The music, except for the incredibly catchy Christmas music, pretty bad. The camera angles, did I already say that? Really freaking terrible. If I said it already, it deserves to be said again. The graphics, I guess, were okay for the time. Although Soul Calibur came out at the same time. Those people look way better. There's very little to recommend this game, and I kind of enjoyed it. So it doesn't hold up. No, it doesn't. It doesn't hold up. It's not. It doesn't hold up to the time it came out. It doesn't. It does have some weird ass charm, and I do find the cutscenes hilarious unintentionally. And because of that, I was always excited to get to the next cutscene or character that would talk. I was always like so happy, like, yeah, it's gonna be so stupid. I can't wait. And it was every time. They never.
It was, but I would rather just watch a video of somebody else played it, and so I could enjoy the cutscenes.
But I kind of like hitting the guys, and then every time you walk over them, like more blood splashes out. Like you stop, but you just gently stepped on them, and then. It's not good. Do not take the fact that I enjoyed it as evidence that you should play this in any way.
I think we've learned that already.
No, but you guys were wrong previously. This time it's, like with Deadly Towers, you guys hated that one. I mean, it was in like the worst games. It's not a good game also. You guys really hated that. And I could make myself look and see things that I can enjoy in it. This one is also terrible.
I can make myself look.
I can make myself do it. Because I'm trying to look at the good of all of these games. This one, it's terrible, but I wasn't trying to find things to like about it. I couldn't help kind of be like, I want to play that some more so I can see them say stupid stuff. Like, I'm so excited.
I mean, that's what kind of the reviews said as well. Is it like has like a campy vibe.
Yeah.
It has like weird charm in a way that they didn't mean it to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I do not think it was meant to be enjoyed by people in the way I'm enjoying it.
I just think the controls and the cameras and stuff for that were just make it unplayable.
They do, but I mean, it's also pretty easy. It's just like if it was a really tough game and it had those camera things, it would bother me so much more. But the fact that like you can pretty much punch to death anything or shoot things before they even get to you or just buy shitloads of ammo and health so that it doesn't matter anyway, like I'm just taking a little ride until the next stupid cutscene. And that's great. It's not great because even what you're doing is not, I've got to get a key card to go find a door. Okay, cool.
I bet they knew like that you could exploit it to do that, and that's why they put time factors.
Probably.
Yes.
But every door you
time
open
factors.
could be a door to a brilliant cutscene. So, yeah, I enjoyed it, but there's no reason to. I can't. I don't recommend it.
How much does this game cost?
Here we go. If you like just the disc alone, it is $19. How much does like a B movie cost to buy? Pretty cheap.
You shouldn't buy those.
Okay.
They should. I mean, you can probably get rent them and stuff.
Yeah.
And nobody who buys movies anymore. You
That's
buy
a good point.
subscriptions.
Yeah.
But I think if you are, it's like maybe 15, 20
Yeah.
bucks.
All right. Anyway, this is basically so bad it's good. Okay, maybe. If you want everything, it's $39, and if you like it sealed, it is $78.
It's like a normal game.
Yeah. I might be willing to pay $19 for it, but I want all the stuff with my game, so I don't think I'd spend $39 for it personally. I'm actually a little mad I didn't get this at launch because at that point I probably would have thought it was pretty cool because it did look really nice for the time and punch bad guys, and I was probably more tolerant of bad camera angles at that point because a lot of games didn't get that right. If you can get it sub 20, maybe if you like campy shit, like real campy shit. Otherwise,
Yeah. I was never big into those action adventure type games back then. Nowadays, with better graphics and stuff, they can be pretty interesting. But I would have rather played Resident Evil.
Yeah, we had so many good choices on that
Yeah.
list.
I know there were monsters
some.
on this. It's not a horror game.
No, technically, Goombas are monsters. If you,
But I mean, they were zombie-like. They were on the ground, tentacles. I mean, that's pretty weird.
yeah, there's some creepy
Bats.
stuff that I would not want to
That's
run into in
horror.
real life for sure.
Bats the size of, I don't know, like they were like half the size of you.
Yeah, but you loved it, right? Hell, you loved it. Front to back.
Absolutely,
It was
yeah.
great. It doesn't hold up. Try it if it sounds cool to you. You might like it.
Yeah.
I'm sure we sold it.
I'm like conflicted about this myself because I don't know what I can say that's good about it other than I liked it. There's no reason to.
Does it open up more? It's very narrow game. It's a very narrow game.
You find new hallways.
Yeah.
I know. I think there are areas that are a little more open, but
Even the outside is hallways.
oh,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you something that happened on the walkthrough. That I watched. Okay, there's a part where they come to this big gap. There's a gigantic chasm between where they are and where they want to be, and they're like, "Oh well, we're not going to get there." And your dude goes, "No, don't give up." And he goes up this tower that's on his side, and deals with some kind of machinery that says you don't expose it to heat or it'll explode. And he like exposes it to heat. So his plan, he gets on top of the tower, then jumps off. And as it explodes, it launches him all the way across the other side. And that was his fucking plan, to explode himself safely over to the other side of this chasm. What? How in the hell would you even think that would be survivable? Like, there's got to be a 1 in a billion chance. He's like, that's my plan. And it works. That's brilliant.
Blue Stinger.
It's so amazing. You literally can play Resident Evil 1, though, and get just as campy dialogue and a better game.
Well, there's a reason why there's a Resident Evil, 7?
Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure
there's a Blue Stinger.
It's probably right.
Period.
Blue Stinger 2 is probably right around the corner.
Done.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do an HD remake. Think? That'd be fun. Be something. Yeah. Okay. So, overall, nothing to recommend it. Not really.
Emulate it. See if you like it.
Yeah. It's worth trying just for the funny dialogue, but No one's gonna blame me if you stop pretty early in that whole process. It's just not. There's not a ton.
I'd rather go back and play more Buffy.
Buffy is a legitimately good game.
Sure.
Surprisingly, I don't understand how that happened. Blue Stinger on paper should be better than Buffy, but it's not. All right.
Yeah.
So
they come out around the same. No, when was Buffy?
Buffy was probably after, I'm guessing.
2002,
Not too far after.
Yeah.
Remember quickly?
I think the Dreamcast was dead by the time Xbox came out. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Yeah, it was originally
was dead at launch.
but Buffy was.
Oh, it had the most successful launch in history at the time. I will have you know, sir.
Yeah, Buffy was originally done before Dreamcast, so.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So is GTA 3. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to find out what game we're going to be playing next time. And for this time, we had to pick games that were NES puzzle games. So, we've got a collection here. Who wants to talk about their choices first?
You start.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the first one I picked is called Fire and Ice. This is actually the sequel to Solomon's Key, though they don't say that anywhere in the box or anywhere, but it is. And I almost picked Solomon's Key because I knew more of it, but it is also crushingly hard, and I decided I don't want crushingly hard. So Fire and Ice, it's side scrolling levels, and there's fires somewhere, and you have to get ice cubes to hit those fires, and you finish the level by getting rid of all the fires. Starts out very easy. It can get trickier because you have to figure out how to get the ice to the right spot without trapping yourself or anything. So, kind of cool. It seemed fun. I picked Kickle Cubicle, which has more ice. I didn't plan for this. So, you can create ice cubes. This is more like a top-down thing, and you're trying to get all the treasure on the level, and you can freeze enemies and kick them at each other, and you can also kick ice cubes into water areas to create bridges, and you just have to figure out how to get to the treasures. So, kind of tricky. And then my iffy pick, I picked Clax. I'd seen the box, but I didn't know anything of it. And then on a podcast, I heard they really liked it. And I remember trying it and thinking, the first two levels are pretty good. And then it's real hard. And there's just like tiles coming down at you going down this path, and then it'll fall. And you want to get the colors in certain clusters or diagonals, and you get points depending, and it's weird. But it's interesting. It might be okay. The first two levels are great. And then after that, it gets hard. So, anyway, those are my picks. You want to go, Hilary?
Steve, why don't you go?
You can go.
Okay. No, you can go. No, you can go.
All right. My first pick is Dr. Mario. I've enjoyed the Dr. Mario games, so I don't think I've ever played it on the NES, though. I think I played it just on the Game Boy. So that I might have played it on what? I don't know. I know I played it on the handheld, but I don't remember playing on NES. So then my next pick is Landmaster. It's kind of like some of the phone games where you have the pipes that you have to kind of change the direction to get the water flowing through it. So a lot of those games start off really easy and then get more complicated. So, and then my last pick is my kind of iffy pick because it's kind of IP. It's Kuro Karopi no Dablonen? I have no idea.
Daibuken? I don't know, man. It's Japanese, man. It's Japanese.
It's the frog from Hello Kitty universe. It kind of looked like it was kind of similar to Frogger.
Interesting. Okay.
So,
All right.
you're trying to save your girlfriend. So.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
Cool.
Mine. I had Hilary go next because I had just remembered a game and I was trying to figure out if it was a puzzle game or not. And it's kind of IP, but it's like a weird IP. It was it was Spot from 7-Up. Apparently that used to be a game, and I guess there's some sort of there's some puzzle.
It's 3 games or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not on my list.
It's not on your list.
And I'm not gonna switch to it or anything.
Okay. I thought you were gonna.
But I do have a repeat with Hilary, even though mine was in the chat first.
Sometimes we're going to jump on the games.
Dr. Mario it's a fun game. It's Tetris. It's with a little twist to it. Q*bert. I'm not sure if any of these games are iffy games. Q*bert I did not like when I was younger. I think I have played it since in arcade, and it's okay. It's very much the puzzle is you have to like highlight all the squares by going different routes and stuff and avoiding enemies. All right, and for my last game, because I was thinking of a different game in originality, and it didn't come out for the NES, but it's the same little dinosaurs. But so we're gonna get this horrendous looking game I know nothing about.
Which will be the one that we get.
Probably.
It's called Puzznick, and it has squares with circles and squares and triangles in it.
Neat.
It looks very much like I don't know. It looks bad. So
Cool.
That's what we're gonna get.
Awesome.
Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, great. Can't wait. So, okay. Well, let me check. Oh, okay.
And I apologize to David for switching last minute, but I was confused. I originally was thinking Bubble Bobble was Bust a Move, but Bust a Move came out later than NES. But it's the same little dinosaur thing.
Yeah.
So
Same guys.
yeah.
I get it. And then the names sound too similar. I don't know why they did that. Confusing. All right.
To keep the IP close.
I guess so. So, now we each are going to vote on a game to give it a better chance in the randomizer. I was going to vote for the game that you eliminated. Now I got to rethink. Why don't you go first? Because I got to rethink this one. Why do you go?
Right. I'll vote for Dr. Mario.
I'll vote for the one that's apparently like Frogger, and then you have to say that big long name again. I like Dr. Mario. I played a lot of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, I'm throwing for a loop here.
You can vote for your own.
I know. I may.
We'll make fun of you.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I'm going to vote for Kickle Cubicle because it's a weird-ass name. Okay. So this game was released by IREM in 1990. In this game, a heroic snow baby ventures across a world of sentient deserts to thaw out kingdoms that have been frozen into food. You basically win by refrigeration-based landscaping. We're going to be playing Kickle Cubicle from IREM. It's one of my picks. That's so nice. I almost never get them. That's great. All right, so Kickle Cubicle it is. Let's find out what kind of game we're going to have to be choosing from next time. When you're ready.
Yep.
Number 7.
Sega Saturn.
Sega, oh boy. Sega Saturn. We haven't had that as just like its own category.
I don't know if I was able to play the Sega Saturn last time.
You did. It was Dragon Force.
Ugh.
One of the greatest.
Blocked it out.
Now, this is going to be interesting because it was obviously not as successful as the PlayStation. So we may have things come up that it has too limited a number on. And if we have a situation where we have to reroll 3 times for a system and we still cannot get one that has enough of that type to do it, then we each pick any of the games from that system and just bring that. So it could go that way. It might not. There's some areas that it has quite a lot of. Just depends. All right, so here we go. 20.
Worst rated.
Great. We might do Dragon Force again.
No. That's all 9.5s, baby. I don't know what you're talking about. Worst rated Saturn games. We're not going to be doing all 9 of them this time. They get too complicated by with time. Guys, I love the Sega Saturn, and I was hoping we would hit on a game that you guys would be like, oh, I did have some cool stuff. And this is not going to be the one. God damn. All right, so we'll tell you what those are.
We'll do what? We'll look at the top 10 or 9 or whatever that gives us, and then we'll just vote. We'll each vote for one, and then we'll randomize it.
Yeah.
That's how we'll do it. Okay.
I bet you anything we have a chance at the sequel to Hydlide.
What is that on there?
Virtual Hydlide.
Ugh.
It's like Hydlide, but 3D and running at like 5 frames a second. It's probably this game. Oh, I've not played that one. I saw the reviews. I didn't buy it. So anyway, that's what we're doing. We're doing Kickle Cubicle. That's what we'll be playing for the next week. And then we're going to cry. And we're going to talk about what worst rated Saturn game. Oh, Jesus. We're going to be playing. God damn it. Okay. I'm going to go home.
I bet you right now it's better than Dragon Force.
It's not. Nothing is. Impossible. I am trying to bring culture to these two. I'm trying to teach them what quality is, and they just won't learn. And I don't know what to do. If you guys have any tips, let me know.
I had one miss.
Oops.
I've only had 3, but I've had one miss.
But it was Blue Stinger. It's for real.
Which you liked.
Yeah.
But I have bad taste, which you say.
Yeah.
So, I can use it against you. All right, anyway, that's it. We're going to find out what terrible crap we'll be playing next time, and hopefully we'll enjoy this game so we don't have 2 bad ones in a row. Right?
Well, 3.
3 bad ones in a row.
Yeah. All right. I can't even argue with that, even though I enjoyed it. I know it's bad. It's like when you eat like a really I don't know, like a greasy hamburger and you know it's terrible and it's kind of disgusting, but it's also kind of good. Like, it's that. Anyway, if you would like to chat in our direction, our email is in the description. You can also join our Discord or our did I say Discard?
Discord.
You can join our Discord or our Facebook group. That would be cool. And if there's games you want us to cover, those are the best ways to let us know, because one of the things we can randomize is a fan pick. So if you want to get in on that, we only have, I don't know, I'm gonna just guess 8 games on the list. I don't know if that's right. Ballpark, okay? But you have a pretty good chance of getting yours, especially if I vote for it. That seems to be what I'm accused of. So
Yeah, when you randomized, was it your pick or your vote?
yes. Okay. Oh, you mean on the list? It was my vote.
Okay. See.
But it was also
Yeah.
So anyway, so do those things. Give us a follow or subscribe or whatever it is on your thing you're watching or listening to this on. It's so complicated. Give us a nice review if you would, and that will help, and that will make us happy, even when we have to play the worst rated Saturn game. Wowie. Okay.
It's already probably one of the worst rated systems, I feel like.
Technically,
Out of the-
yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there is the Jaguar and the 3DO, and oh my god, the CDI. Okay, listen. And if you take in the handhelds, I'd say it's only like bottom 10. If you say in terms of how many good games it had, I love it because it had some great games, but not a lot. Anyway, that's a discussion for when we talk about the worst Saturn game. Anyway, I'm gonna go cry. So, bye.
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 They could have gotten to play Resident Evil 2, Code Veronica, or Soul Reaver, and instead they got Blue Stinger. I love the randomizer.